Salute to all the Patreon members. I want to thank you guys for your support. It really means a lot to me. I'm a little early today because I got to head out tonight. So I'm getting it in right now. Gonna do a video tonight, and then I'll be back Monday evening to do another video. I think that live stream I'm gonna do on Monday is gonna talk about prepping for my upcoming vacation to either Panama or Vancouver. I'm leaning more towards Vancouver because August is the Honda Civic fireworks show, which lasts about a week in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It's the perfect time of the year to actually visit and travel to Vancouver. Who's this? Yeah, it's the perfect time of the year to visit and travel to Vancouver. So I don't know. So Monday I might do a video talking about, preparing for my travels to Vancouver. But I'll keep you posted. Links in the description box below for the Facebook page, the Patreon page. Patreon members, they're liking that new video that I uploaded the other day talking about the Wolverine stack. All right, the Wolverine stack. If you don't know what that means and you're curious about what that means, head on over to the Patreon page. Click the link in the description box below. It's only like $5 to sign up to listen to that video. But they're liking that Wolverine stack video that I just uploaded the other day. And there's many more to come, right? I still have more stacks that I'm going to be talking about, more compounds I'm going to be talking about. So you don't understand exactly what that means and you're curious, head on over to the Patreon page, hit the link in the description box below, and be enlightened. Okay. So I was on Instagram, and there's a popular Instagram page. They have about 178,000 followers on their page. It's called Black Media Page. So it's still growing. And I don't follow them. This showed up on the search engine, the Explore page. And it already has 117,978 likes. This was posted on May 5th. Today is what? The 16th? Today is, hold on. Yeah, today's the 16th. So about 11 days ago, they made this post and it caught my attention. It says, study says it only takes a man 172 days to know if a woman is wife material or not. All right. And to be honest, most men, they know within less than 172 days. Most men know that you're wifey material between the time they meet you and about 60 days. All right. Most men, they know there's certain women that they meet when they first meet them. They know, okay, this ain't wifey material. I'm not going to wife her. I just want to have fun with her. Right. If I get the consent from her, I'll just keep it that way. I don't want nothing more with this chick. It could be a long-term relationship, but they know from when they meet you. Some guys know with certain women when they first meet them that I'm not going to wife this woman. You know that when you first meet a woman like Sexy Red, I'm not here to wife her up. Right? I'm here to just clap her cheeks, and if she enjoys it and she says I'm the best and it's wet, yeah, I'll pick up the phone. I'll text her at night, but I'm not going to wife her. They know when they meet Glorilla, Lotto, right? Who else? Look, what's her name? Lakia from Milwaukee, the light skinned chick from Milwaukee. They know when they meet these women that this isn't wifey material right here. Hell, I barely claim her as a girlfriend. I know, like, hey man, I'm gonna shoot my shot. If I land, then hey, you know, much respect. Damn, I shot my shot. She ate it. Now, now we're seeing each other. But I know that if I meet women of that caliber, it don't have to be a rapper or a woman making a certain amount of money. It really don't. No, it could just be regular old Lakia down the street, right? I know when I see certain women that off the gate when I first meet them, I'm not I'm not gonna make you a wife. Most men aren't really too pressed at wifing up these women today, anyways. Most women today, marriage is just something they tick off the bucket list just to say, oh, okay, I did it. It was fun. Now let's move on to the next thing. Women today, they don't take marriages seriously. So, it's nowadays, man, if you get on one, even if it's a one in a billion, this is a good woman. It's like getting on one knee, paying that much for a ring to make her a wife. You almost looked at as a simp nowadays because not only the marital rate, the national marital rate amongst all races, just the the cultural statistic in the black community, the marital rate. It's like you looked at as a damn fool, even if it is a good woman that you trying to marry to get on one knee and to propose to. But other than that, man, certain women, if I meet them, I know I don't want to marry them. All right. If you got one too many tattoos and they're placed in certain areas, I'm not here to wife you up. Right. Certain women I don't even touch. Like if you got a big tattoo across your chest, I'm not even trying to talk to you. Right. But if you that fine, it's like, damn, this bitch is irresistible. Then I hit, but I hit it 3 times and give you the peace sign. Like we don't even go together. To be honest, I don't even want you knowing where I live. Right? I'll ghost you for a couple of. I hit it 3 times, ghost you for a couple of months, then call back. Oh yeah, I got busy. Hey, you're not pregnant, are you? No. Okay, bye. Hang up the phone, block her again. Right? If you got one too many tattoos, or if you got tattoos in the wrong place, I'm not wifing you up. You got tattoos on your hand, I'm not wifing you up. Your chest, your neck, your face, I'm not wifing you up. Right? I probably don't even want to talk to you, but if you're that fine, I'm definitely not wifing you up. If I want to see if I could get you home that night, that's as long as it's gonna last, just that night, right? If there's different colors in your hair, I'm not wifing you up. If your natural hair isn't on the top of your head, I'm not wifing you up, right? If you weren't raised with your father, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna wife you up. If you feel some way about your father, even though he wasn't in the household, I'm not wifing you up. All right. And that might not be the first day. That might be like after I get to know you after a couple of days. But the first day, you too big, I'm not wifing you up. Different colors in your hair, I'm not wifing you up. Not your own hair, I'm not wifing you up. Tattoos, too many tattoos, revealing tattoos, I'm not wifing you up. You outside in public with some Cookie Monster pajama pants on, I'm not wifing you up. You got a bonnet on in public, I'm not wifing you up. Right? You drive a Pontiac Sunfire and it's dirty in the back, I'm not wifing you up. All right. If you got pets, I just might not wife you up because I already know if I ask you later on down the line, like what's more important to you, a man or your dog, or a man or your cat, you gonna pick the animal. So I'm not wifing you up. You put animals whose lifespan is only like 10, 11 years over a man that could give you a lifetime of security, family. No, I'm not wifing you up. If you got, yeah, I got two dogs. No, I'm not wifing you up. I know you're not a wife. All right. If you in your 20s and you got lip fillers, Botox, injections, I'm not wifing you up. All right. I'm just not. If you got a BBL, I'm not wifing you up. Even if you had a freak accident, you was in a car accident and you know something happened with the gas tank, a fire ignited, and your ass got melted off, and you had to get a new one, and then you picked the biggest size. I'm not wifing you up. You used to surf, and a shark then bit your right ass cheek off, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get the prosthetic ass, but I'm gonna get the BBL prosthetic ass. I'm not wifing you up. Even if it was a freak accident, I'm not wifing you up. All right. Upon meeting you, if I find out that none of the women in your family are married, I'm not wifing you up. You just now, it could turn into a relationship for, maybe a year, 4 years, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. But wifing you up, no, because you could be with a lot of these women, especially black women. You could be with them for 10 years. And then as soon as you marry her, you get a divorce within 2 years. And it's like, damn, I should have just stayed unmarried with her. It would have lasted longer. It's something about that marriage, I guess, in their mind, feeling owned, right? And then taking advantage of the system. You want to be a part of the system, let me take advantage of it. Let me collect and then move on and then have somebody else, let me take the house, you still paying for the mortgage, collect, move on with somebody else, them have them pay my bills too. It's most guys just knowing that they're dealing with somebody, a modern day woman now. It's just they don't want to get married. But let's say you fool. Let's say you meet somebody, she was raised with her father. She has respect for her father. All right. You put in a request for the Facebook some minutes ago, Draco. Hold on, we're gonna do this live on here because I want to see what you did. I want to see how. Okay. Germany, Lithuania, Canada, South Africa, Ghana, Netherlands, Denmark. Okay. Where are you from? And you only in one group? You from PA? Okay, hold on. I'll get to it later. Because usually guys who get into the group and they're not like Ghanaian and Canadian. So you live in Canada? But well, are you originally from Canada? Usually guys who request and they're only in one group, I'm very suspicious of that. Right. Now, if you're in like 25 different other groups, then I would add you. I know everybody's profile isn't public like that where you can't just scroll through their profile. It's private. I get it. But, you know, usually guys who just in one other group, I find that very suspicious. Groups, you only in one group. Cause I try to I get requests all the time, but I don't let everybody in because I'm like, some people don't have a profile picture. Some people they're not in any groups. Some people they don't answer the questions. They don't give the email. They don't type in the places that they've been to. So a lot of times I just decline a lot of people. But anyways, I'll get to you in a minute. I'm doing this right here. So um now let's say you meet somebody. She probably was raised with her father. She respects her father, but she makes her own decisions at the end of the day. She listens to his teachings, raised in the church, no tattoos, natural hair, right? Um, you know, classy, soft-spoken, feminine, right? You've gotten to know her, and she kind of checks off a lot of the boxes when you meet her. All right. So she's made it past day one and she likes you, you like her, y'all getting to know each other. Men know within 60 days if they want to marry you. Now, Kevin Samuels did say 6 months, but it don't take 6 months to know if a woman is wifey material, right? 6 months is by month 2, between 60 and 90 days, a woman is going to show her true colors, right? Really, at 60 days, a woman is going to show her true colors. And either she's going to try to challenge your masculinity, she's going to do or say something slick, or, something disrespectful is going to pop off between days 60 and 90. Most of the time, it's going to be less than that. But I'm going to give women some leeway. I'm going to say around about day 60, between day 60 and 90, you see a totally different side of this woman, right? At that moment in time, a man will say, okay, damn. All right, we're having an issue here. Let's see how she handles it. Let's see if what is her conflict resolution skills, right? If her conflict resolution skills is very, very low, then at that moment in time, a man knows, okay, this ain't a wife right here. I'll still keep having sex with her. I'm not done having sex with her. That's why a lot of guys stay. Some guys, they stay because it's like, well, I'm not done with having sex with her. I haven't gotten it out my system. Some guys, they don't know how to emotionally detach well. Some guys, what they do is they'll stay with a woman knowing that she's not wifey material and then keep their options open for other women. So that's why a lot of guys get caught cheating. They get caught cheating because they got women that they're with, that they held that they held up high at one point in time, but then early on in the relationship, they really showed their ass. They showed their true hands. And they have little to no conflict resolution skills. They have an attitude. They don't know how to humble themselves and be respectful towards a man. They don't know how to say, hey, I'm sorry. I don't mean it. And the reason why they don't say that is because they're not sorry and they really do mean that disrespectful ass shit. And then you got some guys out here, they're too weak. They don't really have women lined up, right? Me, I know how to let women go and be by myself, right? I mastered that a long time ago. I mastered that when I was in high school. All right. I remember the first person that really, really rejected me and it hurt my heart. Um, this was back when I was like 15 years old. All right. That's when I really learned how to master letting women go and um, being at peace with myself and enjoying my own company. I learned how to enjoy my own company at a young age. So it like if I see faults and flaws, then I don't stay with somebody and keep my options open and mess around with other women. And then when I found somebody I like, then I let this chick go. Or I just mess with two women at the same time because I really don't give a shit up because this person really showed me they're not a wife anyway. I don't do that. Right. That can come back on you. I don't do that. Uh so I'd rather let somebody go and me be by myself because even when things were going good, your time with you kind of took me away. It took me away a little bit from my purpose. You see what I'm saying? So really at like month 2, month 3, a man will see a certain side of a woman and he's gonna observe how she handles the situation, the issues that y'all have with each other. If she's good at resolving conflict, right? And sometimes you got to sit back and say, hey, am I the problem too? But if it's something she did, something she said, and conflict resolution skills are terrible, then a man at that moment in time knows he might not let her go, but he knows I don't want to wife her. She's not wifey material. And this confuses a lot of women because y'all will be together for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Some guys, they'll just stay with a woman until, she ends up detaching her emotions, but has no intentions on wanting to wife her up. Right. But it don't take 172 days. 172 days is when you gone through month 2 and 3 and say, okay, now she's getting a little bit too comfortable. I'm seeing her, the real her. And I want to address some things that's bothering me in the relationship. And if they're not fixed by day 172 or by day 180, then I never look at this woman as a wife, right? When a man does not look at you as a wife, that's kind of when you're in danger, right? That's when women go through the things that they complain about on the internet. You did or said something that turned him off to make him say, okay, you're not a wife, right? And you know that the man that she was with probably really loved her because a lot of women nowadays, they're using this term called love bombing. All right. Love bombing is when, damn, he showed me a lot of love in the beginning. He took me out. He did this. He rubbed my feet. He rubbed my back. He, rubbed my booty. He did this. He hit it good. He took me on trips. He bought me gifts, buy me lunch and, brought me lunch to work and, this, that, and the third, and introduced me to his mother. And women will say, yeah, he did all that and love bomb me in the beginning. And then now all of a sudden he don't look at me that way. This why I hate men, yada, yada, yada. Then he cheated on me, yada, yada, yada. And, some guys, that's just how they are. And they saw something they liked and wanted to have sex with her. Or, somebody really liked you, had no eyes for anybody else, but you showed your ass at around month 2 or 3. And you did something or you said something that was disrespectful, and he's giving you a chance to kind of bring it up so that you could correct yourself and then we can move on past this. but it's like I can't move past this because you disrespected me and you doubled down on the disrespect. So you have a lot of guys that will stay around with a woman who double down on their disrespect with them, and they don't want to make amends or fix what it is that they said or did to hurt this man. So way before 180 days, this man knew, okay, I'm not wifing her. I'm kind of dealing with her. I'm trying to ignore that and forget about that. But no, I can't forget about that because I don't look at her the same after she did and said that. Right? Most women today are getting cheated on, fucked over because they're very stubborn, ego. They're showing, hey, I don't really respect you like that. Yes, we're having sex. I miss you. You might not talk to a girl for a couple of days for disrespecting you. She might come back around, but it's like it's not sincere, right? Hey, look, I apologize for saying that. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. The way it came out, I didn't realize how crazy it sounded at the time when I said that. I apologize. It will never happen again. You don't hear that from women, especially black women. You don't really hear that from women. So some guys emotionally don't know how to let go women. I would say only a handful of men today know how to cut women off for disrespecting them. Only a handful. Most men don't know how to do that. Most men, they'll try to, okay, well, she got a big ass and, she's not telling me no when it comes to sex. So why not just like let it go and give it a pass? That's when it gets dangerous because now you're trying to set a boundary. Your boundaries aren't respected. So a lot of women, they'll just continue to disrespect, right? They'll disrespect you even further. Later on, it'll get worse, right? 6 months is okay. We went through some ups and downs, and the way she handled it perfectly. So by 6 months, it says, okay, she resolved it. I know, like by month 2, month 3, there was an issue. Good conflict resolution skills. Let me see what happens the next time something happens like between us, because there's going to be another bump in the road. Because in the beginning, like just the idea of somebody new having sex with them, you can't wait to be around them, the butterflies, it's then there's an issue and you kind of mad that you're going through this issue. And so, in the beginning, it's going to be highs and lows. That's when it's going to be the most volatile in the first 6 months sometimes, right? Really the first year, but the first 6 months, you probably going to go through 2 or 3 major issues with a woman, right? And if she handles it well, then okay, damn, I'm supposed to, if it's not severe to the point of breaking up and she handles it well, okay, damn, this is somebody I got to keep in mind when it comes for marriage. All right. But if you're dealing with somebody and they disrespect you, they double down on the disrespect, and you kind of just like, damn, I like her too much to just let her go, even though she didn't really seem that apologetic or concerned for my feelings, when it came to this situation, then at that moment in time, month 1, month 2, month 3, that man knows he doesn't, I really don't want to marry this person. And that's the most dangerous person you could be with, when you're with a man that knows he does not want to marry you because of something you did. That's the most dangerous person you could be around, because at that moment in time, you are not a wife. So when you're not a wife, regardless if you signing a piece of paper or, you know, you're bound by law or just by, you know, bound by law or not, right? There's a certain level of respect that he has for you that's going to be like, hey, man, you know, yes, there's temptation. There's always temptations. When you're in a relationship with a woman, badder bitches come out the woodworks for whatever reason. Everywhere you go, women want to sleep with you for whatever reason when you're in a relationship. And even though I'm fighting temptation every single day, I don't want to say every day, but at least every month, even though I'm fighting temptation, man, I care and I respect this woman too much, right? That's somebody who probably wants to wife you. Now, I can't respect this woman too much. I can't, yeah, you know, yeah, this woman at the car wash, she was bending over, shining her hubcaps, you know, ghetto booty, right? Her pajama pant, it was going in the crack of her ass, and you know, when she was walking, her ass cheeks, it was just clapping together. And she tried to holler at me while I'm trying to focus and wash my car. Yes, you know, I'm fighting temptation, but I didn't give in. That's how you know, like, damn, no, that's wife. I got a wife at home. I haven't married her yet, but I have a wife at home. When you got somebody at home that lets you down every single time, they disrespect you, they're not apologetic, they don't care about you or your feelings, man, you gonna hit it, you gonna fuck old girl. You gonna get old girl's number and fuck her. Wherever you meet her at. Burger King, Academy, the gym, right? The movies. You at the movie theater, the chick handing you your ticket or loading up the popcorn for you is trying to holler at you. You at a dine-in movie theater and you press the button, a stallion comes out to, you know, get your order, but for whatever reason, y'all click, y'all talking, y'all click. She can work at a lab. She can work at the rodeo. She can work at Ben and Jerry's. You don't, it don't matter. I got my eyes open for other women because I got a woman at home for whatever reason. I'm not strong enough to emotionally detach from this chick. So instead of just breaking it off, cutting it off with her and getting with, and just being single and trying to find somebody else, I'd rather use her pheromones as bait to get these other women. And hell, I might move on and cut my chick off, or I might fuck both of them at the same time. I don't care because I don't have a wife at home. I got somebody who lets me down all the time at home. I got somebody who don't respect me at home. I got somebody who don't even cook for me at home. Damn, but I feed her all the time. I got somebody, you might have somebody at home, she's a single mother, which you shouldn't be with one anyways. Damn, I got a single mother who I'm dealing with, and I treat her kid like my own, and she disrespecting me. She not even checking her son or her daughter for how crazy she talking to me. I got somebody who lets me down all the time at home. I got somebody who don't even appreciate me at home. Right? Damn, I put food in this chick's refrigerator. I'm cooking for him, rubbing her feet, her shoulders, right? Rubbing her booty. Damn, it's like, soon as we go through a bump in the road, it's like, and I'm like, damn, what you said was very disrespectful. And you don't get an apology, and she doubles down. It's like, damn, I got somebody who lets me down at home. So you don't even make it. It don't even go to 172 days. It could be day 43. And you're like, look here, this day 40, hey, from here on out, I'll still fuck her. But I'm that ain't wife. That ain't a wife. Even if a man don't marry you, if that's wifey right there, I got enough respect for you to not entertain other women, no matter how fine they are. I got enough respect for you to not get my passport and go nowhere. Even though, you know, the women over here in Panama and Colombia and Venezuela, you know, even though they look 10 times better than you, man, it's just the connection we have is way more important than, you know, a Coke bottle figure, big booty, double D, smooth skin, soft feet, you know, these lips, you know what I'm saying? Being with you is way more important and much better than some hoes over in Latin America, right? Here's the thing, man. You know, some guys, they know when they see you, you know, it could be it could be day. You know, some women fool you too, right? Some women will fool you. You 3-4 months into the relationship, like, hey, say, babe, let's go get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of want a sandwich. You know, it don't have to be like, you know, like a fancy sandwich. You know, I kind of want a Subway. Oh, you know, me too. All right, you know, let's pull over here at this Subway. You know, let's get us a Subway. And then you see this side of a woman. Now all of a sudden, like, nah, I don't want to marry this.
I'm just trying to get my sandwich, bro.
Yeah. You see, you got Big Frida over here and Manny Fresh, you know, and Big Frida yelling at old girl behind the counter. They both cursing. It's like, damn, I've never heard you talk like this. And wait, hold on. This you? This you? Nah, I can't marry that. I can't marry that. Nah, I can't marry you. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Sometimes you don't see it right away. Sometimes you don't see it right away. Like, you might meet a chick. Like, hey, so what you like to do for fun? You know, I like to get on TikTok and, you know, I just be talking to the audience, just be talking to the people, you know, expressing my opinions, you know, voicing my opinions, expressing my thoughts, random thoughts and shit on TikTok or whatever. Okay, you seem like a well put together woman. You know, I like to add you on TikTok and you know, hear about what it is that you talk about on there. Oh, okay, yeah, this is my TikTok right here. So what you talking about on TikTok? Is it like cooking or, you know, are you just talking about the news or whatever? Nah, just be. It's really whatever comes to my mind. Okay, you know, I had such an intelligent conversation with you right here, right? I'm pretty sure you're making intelligent videos on TikTok. You go to her TikTok and this how she talking.
Y'all know one thing I'm just sitting here thinking, like, it literally just crossed my mind. I don't know why. But why the fuck did Faith Evans and Lil Kim go with Biggie Smiles? Like, he was ugly as dog shit. They was cute as fuck. He was ugly as dog shit. And then I'm just sitting here thinking like I did something like it.
You like, oh damn, this what you talking about on here? This what you talking about on here? Hold on.
With Biggie Smiles, like he was ugly as dog shit.
Nah, you know, I don't. Nah, I can't marry you. What's going on, Maurice Branch? Nah, I just, you know, your mouth is fire, right? Your car is dirty and junky. So you know when a woman got a dirty, junky car, you know that box is wet and fire, right? The dirtier and the nastier the car is, the better the sex is. Right? If her car is clean and it's just, you know, no, I don't know if I want that. No, you know, but if it's clean and there's a fender bender, then I'm like, oh, okay, it might be wet, right? But if you got a clean car and Yeah, and you talking like this?
Y'all know one thing I'm just sitting here thinking, like, it literally just crossed my mind. I don't know why. But why the fuck did Faith Evans and Lil Kim go with Biggie Smiles? Like, he was ugly as dog shit.
You know what? I ain't even gonna be able to do it. I ain't even. I'm not even gonna be able to do it. You know. But you know, the Yoni is fired, and shit. I'll stick around, but I'm keeping my options open. All right. I ain't gotta wait till 172 days. Like this day one right here. You meet her, it's like day one. You see this video, I'm like, oh, okay. You a fun girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. Women like her, they probably always expressing about how somebody done fucked them over, how men ain't shit, and they always get cheated on. They done caught 3 STDs because guys see this, and it's like you're not a wife, right? So I'm gonna live reckless with you. You're not a wife. If a man, in much respect to the man that tells you that you're not a wife, if a man openly admits and tells you you're not a wife, you have a choice. You have a decision to make. Either you got one or two things to do. Number one, either get your shit together, right? Or get the fuck out the relationship. Staying in a relationship with a man who don't view you as a wife, you're gonna get fucked over every single time. It's gonna end bad. Either he gonna let you go or he gonna see other women. And he don't care who those other women are. He don't care what he brings back to you because you're not a wife. It's not, you're not sacred at that moment in time. Right? There's really no spiritual bond. I don't view you as that. If a man don't view you as that, shit, anything can happen. A whole nother bitch will show up and beat the fuck out you and want to fight you because somebody don't view you as a wife. Damn, I've been with him 5 years. 5 years? I've been with him for 3 years. And now she want to pull up on you. They don't care. I mean, yes, this could happen in a marriage also, but man, that is dangerous. So if you don't respect somebody enough to figure out how can we get to a better place and let me humble myself and show some respect and apologize for things that have happened in the past and kind of show and prove that I'm getting better, and please don't go nowhere. Please work with me. If you ain't humble on that level, you should just get out of the relationship for real, because it's dog eat dog after that. It's dog eat dog after that, right? If your mama looking good and she want it, why not? Shit, I'm not with a wife anyway. I'm not with a wife material anyway. Fuck it. Why not? So, anyways, I'm gonna end this live right here. You guys be safe. I'm over them out. I'll see you guys again on Monday. Take care. Peace.